over the next 5 minutes or so, I want to give you a little bit of an overview so that you can become conversant in some of the terms that you hear. So how many people have heard of machine learning? It's been around forever, right? You need a software developer, somebody like I used to be, to program the algorithms to go through huge amounts of data and look for patterns and issue reports. Okay, so that's a very basic form of AI. You do need a programmer to do that. So you and I can't do that unless you're a programmer. I was a terrible one, so I never was able to do that. Then there's the next kind of stone on the path, which is what's called deep learning. Now, deep learning is machine learning, but it has several layers. That's all. Think about it as, in fact, they may call it a neural network. And there, again, there's dispute as to whether or not it works like the human brain or it works differently. But this is how complex it is, these neural networks, these deep learning networks. This is the technology behind image recognition. How many of you are gardeners? Anybody into that plant-in or picture of this, where you can take a picture of your plant and, you know, it can tell you why it's dying? Yeah, right. So this is based on deep learning. And I won't bore you with the details, but deep learning, there's a piece of the algorithm that says, oh, that leaf is shaped like that. It's only specialized to look at the shape of the edge of the leaf. Another piece says, oh, the flower is that shade of yellow. So it's very, very, very complex. Again, you need a programmer to do that, right? You and I couldn't sit down and develop an app. And then comes ChatGPT, natural language processing. Because it uses our natural language, and this was the game changer. Prompt engineering is just asking the right questions, just talking to it, like really talking to it like an assistant. Now, ChatGPT is not the only natural language programming app. They're called large language models. So there are a number of different models, and they're all kind of vying for number one. They're all iteration, they get a little bit better and better. So LLMs, all they do is work like predictive text. They are a very, 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 very exponentially very sophisticated version of your predictive text, which drives everybody crazy, right? So that's basically how it's built, which explains why. What is one of the downsides of AI? AI has, anybody know the name? There's a technical name. Begins with an H. Hallucinations. I thought that my friend was pulling my leg when she said AI hallucinates. It turns out it's a technical term. And what that means is it makes stuff up. Yeah, it makes stuff up. It will cite sources that don't exist. It will cite conferences that don't exist. So you can't rely exclusively. So the next time somebody comes to you and asks for help with Copilot or asks for help with AI, just say, well, you do need to spot check because you do know that AI hallucinates, don't you? It'll sound very specific. So AI does hallucinate. Now there are ways to safeguard against this, and I'll show you a few of them. Generative AI, you've heard of the term generative AI? All that means is it generates new content. Yesterday I was on my iPad and I said, hi Chat, please write a haiku about my deaf dog Bindi. And it did. Silent pause explore, Bindi hears through touch, gentle heart so pure. ChatGPT has never met Bindi, but that's a pretty good approximation. Then I had fun. I said, please write a short murder mystery where Bindi is the detective. That's part of it. So all generative AI means is that it generates new content. But it generates the new content by predicting new things based on the information that was trained on. That's all it does.